You are now listening to the Mumbo Sauce Podcast.
Hell yeah.
Keeping it litty for the Chocolate City.
Hey. Charlemagne, are we live?
Mumbo Sauce Radio.
Let's go!
Soundtrack of the DMV.
We need some of y'all to come in and let us know how we sounding on these audios, man.
Yeah.
But we don't know what the fuck we doing, man.
Shit made me wanna rap, yeah.
Spit something, nigga.
Shit made me wanna just.
Spit something, nigga.
Shit made me wanna go off. Yeah. Yeah, tell me how it is when you chill with a boss. Man, what's the chicken without mumbo sauce? A lot of niggas be talking, but they ain't worried about guns like Chinese food. They get you curried out.
Oh, man.
Woo.
That joint wasn't even long enough, man.
I was about to warm up on him, man.
Yeah. What's up, man? You are now tuned into the Mumbo Sauce Podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Tony Tone, and I'm with
Your boy John.
Yes, sir. Who we got in here, man? We got Juice in here. What up, Juice? What it do? So what we talking about, man?
Well, man, you know the hottest topic lately been that Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Niggas don't even know how to say that nigga name. What up, Tiff? What's going on with you?
That shit's been kind of hot, man. The whole situation, man. How he just been beefing with a whole lot of people. I don't really know too much about him. Anytime I ever heard about him, he's been saying something very derogatory towards another person. So
Yeah, man, the nigga just stay in some shit, man.
yeah,
So
that's all I know.
if y'all don't know what's going on with the situation, man, so Tekashi 6ix9ine, the rapper with the rainbow hair and shit, he been beefing with a lot of niggas for a while, you know what I'm saying? He beefed with Chief Keef's cousin, Slim 400, you know, YG's man or whatever. And the nigga's been involved in a lot of shit, man. Like, a lot of clubs have been gotten shot up and shit.
Shows and shit
on account
shot.
of him. And he rose with a little squad called Treyway. And Treyway, apparently it stands for 9 Trey Bloods or whatever. A blood set out in New York. Tekashi 6ix9ine and a lot of their crew just got locked up and shit on RICO charges. And if you're not familiar with a RICO charge is, it's basically like what they use to take down the mob, the mafia, whatnot. So anytime the feds, you know what I'm saying, like watching you, they already got a case on you. It's a 90% conviction rate. It's fucked up. Like, they just took their whole crew down, kind of similar to what they did with Bobby Shmurda and his crew. But the difference between Bobby Shmurda and his crew is that, you know, they was facing state charges, and Tekashi 6ix9ine and them is facing fed charges.
But Bobby supposed to be. I heard Bobby supposed to be getting released soon. Like, he's looking at a possible release date.
When they say Bobby Shmurda gonna get out?
Not exactly. I don't know. But they was like.
Who said that?
They were considering giving him a release date.
You heard that through the grapevine, or somebody attorney said that?
When I said that on TMZ, because he came to court and said he was Tom Cruise.
What, nigga?
Yeah, he came to court and was like, I'm Tom Cruise. And they was like, oh, nigga, you insane. And some people were saying he was acting out to get a reconsideration for his time, and other niggas was like, yo, Rikers will make you go crazy because you do 23-hour lockup in that joint and you would trip out. But they saying he was looking at a possible release.
I don't know about that. I mean, when you stand trial and you trying to plead insanity, the first thing that they do is give you an evaluation. And if in that evaluation they feel that you're competent to stand trial, your ass is competent to stand trial. You just don't get crazy overnight. I mean,
right. But New York is a funny state because the guy Browder.
What'd he do?
He sat in jail for like 3 years.
And he pled insanity after that?
Nah, he didn't. Basically, someone said that he robbed somebody. The police picked him up and he sat in jail in New York for like 3 years in Rikers, and he didn't get his trial. and he got released and he killed himself. It was a big joint about him going around in New York. New York is a fucked up state. You can get in trouble in New York and never have trial. You can wait 5 years and just be sitting there and never went to court and be sitting there for some shit.
What's up, Kima? How you doing, baby? So I'm hearing a bunch of different stories, like, you know, he lived around there, but he just met them dudes at his video shoot, his first Gummo video shoot.
Right.
And they kind of like extorted him, like they was like, man, you know, you got talent, you know what I'm saying, like roll with us type thing. Then he started claiming them, but then he stopped trying to claim them, you know what I'm saying? They said, the nigga said that they was gonna super violate him. I don't know what that means. You know, the feds think that means that they was gonna try to kill him. So, you know, next thing we know, that nigga locked up. So the whole squad, they beefing with each other. I think the feds picked the right opportunity when they was beefing with each other to have them flip on each other, snitch on each other.
Yeah, that's when they decided to strike on them, when they broke up.
Yeah, but back to Juice's point about all that, what they call it, trolling and shit like that. It's a fucked up thing because in this generation, it seemed like people just do anything for likes. I mean, like, to what extent are we gonna do shit for fame, dog? Like, we gonna sell our soul, we gonna go in stores, embarrassing ourselves, we gonna beef with everybody on the internet. But I don't know. I don't know the extent of their case, if niggas really got shot or whatever, or killed, anybody got killed. But I know your man was doing too much, man, and that should be a lesson to the young niggas to chill, you know, not be doing too much on Facebook, man.
Man, you know, it's wild because I got family in New York, man, and I got a cousin, and he used to do a lot of rapping. Like, he was dope, and man, they hit him with crazy charges, man. I ain't gonna say his name or nothing like that, but that's why I feel like a lot of this shit just be trumped up, man. Like, he didn't kill nobody. Who he killed?
Right.
Who did he kill? That's what I'm saying. So a white man can get in a movie and shoot up shit and say futuristic shit, but a black man can't even rhyme about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's, who did he kill?
It's crazy, man. Like, this entertainment. What up, T? What's going on, fool? Call in, man. 202-780-9097, man. If you got an opinion on this shit, man. You know, back in my days, man, it was like 5 elements of hip-hop. You know, it was breakdancing, it was graffiti, it was DJing, it was rapping. But it was like, that was hip-hop, and you had to be original. Original just meant that you didn't sound like this person, you know what I'm saying? You had something to stick out, stand out. They had a message in they shit. Even NWA had a message in they shit. You feel me? Like, so, you know, nowadays you can't get on unless you sound like somebody. You know what I'm saying? There is no message in they shit. Everything, I think everybody is just on drugs, man.
Yeah, and mimicking,
and you know, the next thing that they saw, like, I think Tekashi used that 50 Cent formula. Man, we in 2018, almost 2019. It's a new day. It's cameras everywhere. Everybody want to take selfies. Everybody want to put all their shit on the internet, and the streets is watching, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I've never been the type to get on the internet and post pictures with guns. I've never been the type to get on the internet and post pictures with money.
Right.
Like, you asking for that type of beef.
But why though? Why get on? Why?
I don't even get on records and be like, I got that Glock in your face, nigga. What's up? Like, somebody gonna really do something to you because you're saying that you have that weapon.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Treyway, they slogan was "We the new death row," and they ain't putting that shit into the universe, and
wow.
Hey man, the universe is gonna put it back to you. You know what I mean? So, you know, I hope them brothers, man. I don't know. I hope they get out of this shit, man.
I mean, what's making it so bad? Like, is what he said connected to murders? Like, what happened?
He really ain't got shit to do with it. You know what I'm saying? He's just a star. Like when Tupac was getting caught up in all of this shit, he's a star. So they're gonna make an example. They're gonna say, oh, he has all this influence, you know what I mean?
He did it.
On this shit. Like, basically,
he was a spokesperson.
The streets in New York, One Day City back. They don't want all this shit, you know, all these clubs being shot up on account of this nigga. And I don't know, man. I don't know how to police work, but apparently they trying to say that some real shit done happened. I mean, there was some shootings and shit like that, but you a rapper and you performing, you don't know who's gonna shoot up the spot. Like, you can't blame a go-go band for performing and, a nigga shoot up the club that's beefing with another set. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the band fault.
Right, they didn't invite them niggas there like, hey, shoot.
Even if they from a neighborhood that, represent, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. Like, that's not the band fault. Like,
right.
That's them other niggas' fault.
Yeah.
I don't know. They say they got wiretaps and all this type of shit, so we'll see. Mm-hmm.
I remember Bobby Smurda was saying wild stuff in his rhymes. He was like, I'm sliding over cars while I'm shooting. Like, he was saying wild stuff, and I'm like, I can't believe this dude is saying this.
But why can't he say it,
But
though?
they connected him to some stuff, though, too.
Why can't he say it, though? Like, it's rap. It's entertainment. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean that what he's saying is law.
But they connected a lot of stuff that he was saying to stuff that they found around the city. Like, he was like, he said, I drop a body in the dumpster, then there's adios. And that was what they was finding for a long time around the period that he was hot rhyming. Bodies was really coming up in dumpsters.
Bodies been coming up in dumpsters since the 80s, though.
But what I'm saying is he gave them a case. Now, I'm not saying do this to the man, like,
yeah.
But the police will use whatever they can to build a case. Their goal at the end of the day is to get somebody to go to jail. That's what they high five about and go out to eat about. You know what I mean? Like, they want somebody to go to the grave, and then they want somebody to go to the pen.
So does that mean that this is the end of freedom of speech as we know it? Because, you should be able to say what the fuck you want to say, like, without them trying to do all that. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is, who did he kill? What was so bad that man is in the feds?
That nigga ain't killed nobody. I don't even know why.
Nobody.
And the fucked up thing is they froze all his assets. They froze his assets. They denied him bail.
He Mexican now, too.
He Mexican, but he represent us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all Mexicans represent us. I'm just saying he connect to our people. He's saying nigga this, nigga that. You know what I'm saying? So he identifies with us.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he could be sending that money back to Mexico.
Nah, man.
You don't know what he really into. It's probably bigger than rap. I'm saying, what did he do? What?
I guess we'll find out what he did, but from what I'm seeing, that nigga ain't do shit. But just be a rapper, you feel me? So, what do you think? Like, the state of hip hop is in, like, nowadays? Like, how should these new dudes come out? Like, should they come out telling what's real, like how they grew up? Should they come out?
Nobody wants to hear that.
On some positive shit? Should they, like, what should they do? Because it just seems like we under attack, Holmes. It seems like, they shoot niggas for pulling out their ID. You know what I'm saying? They trying to send niggas to jail because they're from a certain neighborhood. Like, what should rappers do? Like, is this another Dolores C. Tuckett type thing where they just trying to stop hip-hop? I mean, hip-hop is the biggest genre of music in the world right now.
Yeah, it's been for the last 50 years. 60 years, right?
Yeah, so what you think?
1970 something? Yeah, it's under attack. Because rap is the most influential wave in the world. It gives a voice to the person that doesn't have a voice.
Right.
And once you get that opportunity to be heard, what are you saying? And this is a result of getting on the mic and saying a whole bunch of rowdy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes with the game. But as hip hop as a whole, the people have bought it out. It's not controlled. Hip hop not controlled by black people.
Right. Who do you think hip hop is controlled by?
I don't want to be racist or nothing, but I mean the Jewish people.
Oh man, you hip? How you know that?
They control it. I mean,
how I didn't know if you was hip or not.
Man, come on, man. I love hip hop too. I love hip hop, just like a hip hop head do, man. Like,
yeah, but you know, I ain't trying to go. You a young nigga though, so I ain't know you knew that though.
Hip hop's not controlled by black people. It's not controlled by a black committee. Hip hop is controlled by white folks, rich, powerful white people. If they 12-year-old daughter likes your song, you're on. You know how Pac got on?
Yeah, but back in the day though, if they 12-year-old daughter liked your song, they was gonna try to shut that shit down. They ain't want their 12-year-old daughter rapping about, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, smoking this, fucking that person. You know what I mean?
I mean, but now the game is two ways now too, because the game is no in between now. Now right. either you're a trap rapper, or you a cool baby what's your name type of rapper. Like, it's no in between. So it's either you super for the ladies or you trapped out.
So
if you for the ladies and have some smooth R&B stuff, yeah, the 12-year-old little white girl mom might let that type of shit. She might let her listen to that. But them white kids listen to trap. I mean, it's America. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what hip hop has turned into.
Yeah, but rock and roll niggas ain't getting RICO charges.
They doing worse shit than that, but ain't nobody fucking with them. You know? They rather mess with niggas.
Yeah. The niggas is getting locked up too though.
Nobody loves to see niggas with money.
At all, man. Fuck y'all doing tonight, man? It's Friday night, man. Call in, man. 202-780-9097. Woo. We got T on the line, man. He called when we was on break, man. Where you at now, T? Oh, you don't want to even say
right?
that.
yeah. I'm down in Florida, you know, but on my way out, you know, back on Pennsylvania, bro.
Yes, sir, man. I'm glad you called in, man. So, what was your take on what we was talking about, folks?
I mean, just everything that you were saying was that, you know, talking about in reference to, you know, I mean, where you want to start it? You want to start at Tekashi? You know, I know you kind of spoke on Bobby Shmurda a little bit. I mean, where is it that you want to take it from?
We can start at Tekashi and then we can go to Bobby, man.
Okay. All right. So pretty much, I mean, just my whole take with that is that, you know, there a lot of things have been said. It's speculation right now. You know?
Right.
So you can't really say who's saying what. You know, as far as Shotty, a.k.a. Treyway,
right.
You know, he's saying it's the new Death Row, which I disagree because, you know, you can't even compare that Death Row at the end of the day.
Right.
But just the way that everything is kind of playing out, you know, you have the feds on one end that are saying one thing, you know, confirming with what John was saying earlier, like, you know, he got a cousin up in New York that was on some trumped up charges through the feds. I got a cousin the same way up in the Bronx.
That's where my cousin's from, the Bronx. Same place, same borough.
Same place, exactly. So, you know, and I mean, like, you know, his stuff is public. And at the end of the day, you know, they're going to trump charges up on you. The feds, they do that. You know, they're going to play it out to the public to make you look a certain way to everybody. So right now, till everything really kind of plays out, you know, that's what we just have to go off of. And right now, we're just going off of speculation. You know, we're going off of social media.
Yeah.
We're going off of he say, she say.
Hey, Blink.
And what's up?
What was that young man's name? Browder. What's his name?
Kalief Browder?
Kalief Browder. Yeah, drop some knowledge on that brother, cause
I don't know about him.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Kalief Browder, he was a young man from out of New York who was accused at the time of stealing a book bag. He was 16 at the time, and what ended up happening with him was that he got locked up, and he went to prison up in Rikers Island. He spent time in Rikers. He was never officially charged. He never went to trial, so he spent years on Rikers. I want to say about about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years.
Damn.
And through that time while he was there on Rikers, he was physically, mentally abused by not only the prison guards, but just the inmates that were there. Yeah. He went through a lot of mental and physical trauma, you know, for something that he didn't do. And not necessarily said he wasn't built like that, but it's just some of the fact that he was just a genuine kid that was in the wrong place at the wrong time. and that's what ended up happening to him. So once his hearing actually came to light in his charges, and they found that he was not guilty, they ended up releasing him. So once he was released, he just wasn't able to deal with everything that he had went through before, and he ended up committing suicide. Ended up, dying abruptly because of the injuries that he went through.
And that's what I'm saying. New York is it's a grimy state, man, because first of all, it's the type of state where it's a big reputation state. Everybody wants the top rep, and whatever you do, people want the number one rep. They want to be the number one rapper, or I'm the number one basketball player, or I'm the number one nigga with cars. Like everybody wants that rep there. So the police take advantage of it, because you. What would you say, bro?
It's competitive, yes.
Very competitive.
I mean, but if you look at it though, a lot of things just in this world in general, specifically speaking within just the U.S., going on to the West Coast, the West Coast is the same way. It's very competitive. You have your individuals who are, alpha males. Yeah. So therefore, they are in that vicinity with each other, trying to battle each other to see who's the toughest individual. To see who can outdo the other individual, to say that, yeah, I'm better than you. It's not like how going back in the day, what y'all were talking about earlier, with the rap then compared to the rap is now, it's more on a battle type situation. Say, for instance, LL and
Cannabis.
Jay-Z and LL. They met up on the back. Yeah, they met up on the back street tour back in the day. Jay stepped to LL, and LL, it was a tough battle, but LL came out on top.
Oh, hold on.
I think I heard that story before.
Hold on, wait a minute. Are you saying that LL Cool J walked away with a W over the world's top rap mogul living?
Now, he's going to see, but what I'm saying is this though, don't discredit L, man, because L was the top dog, man. I mean, coming straight out of Queens itself, and L was that dude, man.
Yeah. L was that nigga, man.
Yeah, he was one of the first bombers, with a real big on. What's that, Def Jam with
Well, it came out, yeah. Well, Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin was the one who actually produced his music. That's how he got that rock and roll sound.
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. LL Cool J and the motherfucking Don't Push Me Cause I'm Close to the Edge. Them two motherfuckers is the reason why I wanted to rap. Like
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious
Five.
Yeah, my parents had both of them albums, and I used to listen to them shits, and like the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five Jones, the Cowboy, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit, like
you talking about Rabadoo?
I'm talking about Cowboy. Like when the nigga hit that jump, like the Don't Push Me Cause I'm Close to the Edge.
Right.
Like what he was saying, the broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stairs like they just don't care. Like I thought he was talking about my community. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? They talking about where we from. You feel me? Like, and everything that he said, I can picture it like it was like an actual music video. You feel me? Like, and I'm like, damn, like this shit hard. You know what I mean? Like, and LL Cool J, with the Kango and the Dookie rope chain. See, like back in the 80s, New York and DC was synonymous to each other. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was the same fucking city. You know what I mean? Like, it's so synonymous because a lot of them was coming out here to make money or whatever. So, a lot, I mean, it was a lot of people from New York, and it still is a lot of people from New York out here. So it was synonymous. Like, don't let a New York nigga fool you when they say they don't know what go-go is or they don't like go-go, because they was out here in the go-go's and they had go-go songs, you know what I'm saying? Like Shake Your Thing and Ola Ola A, and you know what I mean?
Well, those are the older heads though. You asking young head now, he don't know nothing about that.
Right.
Yeah, you right about that. But it's like that's what made me want to rap. Like when I seen LL Cool J I'm Bad video, I was like, oh man, like yeah, your man is hard.
But see, the thing about it is this though, son. See, what influenced you back then is what influenced a lot of these cats now. So think about these individuals who are rapping now, say for instance, 6ix9ine, 50 Cent influenced him. You know, and think about it. That was only 18 years ago. So what? Dude is only 20 something.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, so we have to realize that when we were coming up in our prime, the individuals that influenced these new age rappers, we were already within our prime. So they took on a totally different aspect from certain rappers that we were already hip on way before that, and we saw them come into fruition and blow up. You know, and I mean, I even take it even further. Shoot, not even just 50, but I mean, who are some other cats out there? You know,
Kodak Black?
50. Nah. He's talking about back in like 01 or whatever, like that they grew up.
But I'm just saying though, cats that really influenced the game though.
T-Pain, I don't know, man.
I mean,
that time was like some a fucked up time, dog. Like to me, like them rappers that came out at that time, like when 50 Cent came out, I didn't really. I mean, only thing that I liked about hip hop at that time was Street Wars DVD or CD, mixtape jump. Mm-hmm. You know, because first of all, P. Cutter is another New York cat that lived out here. He moved out here.
I remember P. Cutter.
Yeah, he had the barbershop out Georgia Avenue and shit.
I remember.
Yeah, so
that's what he's pumping them joints set up and down Howard and right there in Georgia Ave.
Yeah, so it was the rebirth of the mixtape, because I remember the mixtape when it was Ron G and DJ Clue and who else, man?
Green Lantern.
Kid Capri, Green Lantern.
But Brucey B, that was the one who started it all.
I remember that too.
Right. So Brucey B, but that's the way DJ Clue took the style from Brucey.
Of course. So what I'm saying is back in the time when like 50 Cent was out, that it was the resurgence of the mixtape. Like they brought it back out again, you know, from what Brucey B and them created.
So 50 actually, just to take that back, 50 was actually the one who did so you know how you have a lot of cats now who do just mixtapes by themselves? 50 and G Unit were the ones who actually did that whole thing by themselves as a group. So what ended up happening was this, right? All right, so this is when 50 was still on the south side, up in Queens. He went to Mexico, came back, and got with Banks and Yayo, told them, say, yo, I just got back from Cancun, we about to take the game over.
Right.
So they looking at him like, you know, what you mean? So he was like, man, I got the names, the phone numbers to all these hot mixtape DJs.
Right.
That's how they started getting on with a lot of these mixtape DJs. And they started putting out a lot of these different songs and everything. So that was prior to him actually getting shot. So once he actually got shot, he got dropped from the label, you know, did his thing, came back. By this time, he ended up going into the whole literal, like, the Guess Who's Back.
Right.
That was his joint, Guess Who's Back joint.
Right.
And with that, he did a full-out mixtape. Now, prior to that, the only other group that I can say that did a full-out mixtape was The Lox. Other than that, it was G Unit. Now, The Lox, I will give them credit to say.
What about Dipset? Dipset never put out
No, they did, but it was after that. It was after that. So what I'm saying is that 50 and G Unit, they're the ones who actually had the trend and started the trend of what the mixtape game is today. So you have to pay homage to that, and they're the ones who actually did that.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember mixtapes, man. Like mixtapes to me was dope because I'm like, it really showed how much of an artist you was, because some of that material you could have used for albums. So you had to be more consistent, but it also helped the artist out because it kept you more relevant, kept that buzz hot. Because mixtapes came out like every week.
Right.
Well, they came out. So what ended up happening with mixtapes back in the day, of course, you know, a lot of people don't realize is that mixtapes.
Hold on, I got a question for you though.
What's up?
Who do you think ran the mixtape game for the South?
For the South?
Yeah.
I would have to say DJ Screw.
DJ Screw?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
DJ Screw all day long.
Wow.
I mean, at the end of the day, DJ Screw was the one that ran the game. To me personally, he's the one, and I'm gonna say on a screwed up click type situation. And then there are a lot of other people that came along after that. Now DJ Michael Watts ended up following up with that, following the tradition of Houston sound.
He is definitely a good
chop and screw.
He's definitely a good replica or representation of DJ Screw, dog.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he better than Screw, but I don't want to say that.
I wouldn't say that he's better than Screw. I'm just going to say that he's a follower.
Yeah.
He's somebody that was able to carry the torch.
Yeah.
To do what Screw was able to do, but Screw's gone, so now he's somebody that is able to follow in those footsteps and do that.
When it comes down to the game right now, Blink, who do you think is running the rap game as far as East Coast, West Coast, Midwest?
I mean, honestly, there's really no set person right now. The game is open. You can't sit here and just say that it's one set person or group or set of individuals that's just running the rap game.
Right.
Because it's really not. Everybody out here, it's a free fall. It's kind of like a Thunderdome.
If you hide, you hide.
Yeah, if you hide, you hide. Everybody is out here. It's kind of like the Warriors. You know, the Warriors move everybody. They fight to get back to Coney Island right now.
I mean, who the hottest from the Midwest though right now?
From the Midwest right now?
Yeah. See, let's talk about the South. Let's go from the South first.
Okay.
The South still got. I listened to Wayne album.
Okay.
I wasn't really impressed.
I ain't heard it yet.
But Wayne, you have to put Wayne in.
I wasn't either. But you know who was a better album to me over that?
Who?
Was my man the Luca Brasi.
Oh yeah. What's that nigga name? Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates. My bad. Yeah. Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates put out a better album than Wayne did.
Wow.
Personally, to me, I wasn't feeling Wayne's album like that. I listened to both and I compared to both. And I'm fans of both, but I just felt that Kevin Gates actually put out a better album than Wayne.
Wayne's album had some skits in it, like his mama crying.
I mean, I didn't really hear all the skits. I pushed back all of that. But
see, look, your man was like,
you ain't listening.
But what I'm saying as far as material-wise, though, I just felt that Kevin Gates put out better material.
Yeah, he vibing out. He be vibing out, though, too,
Yeah.
All right, so that's in the South. So let's go up north. I heard Meek Mill's album is hot. Everybody saying
listen, Meek Mill's is joint very hot. I've listened to a couple tracks off of it. Of course, with the joint with Rose, Jay-Z, and everything that's featured on it. But just by him coming back, bouncing back, where a lot of people counted him out.
Right.
To say that, when he got locked up and everything that he went through with Drake, that whole situation where a lot of people just tossed him to the side and said, he's done for. This is a nice comeback for him, to show his skill, to show that what he's built of, made of. And yeah. So I've listened to a lot of tracks, and I really dig the album and everything, the material that I've heard so far.
All right, let's go out the West Coast now. I never been out the West Coast personally. I haven't been there, but
this nigga, Mr. West Coast right here.
Yeah, so that's why I'm sort of pumping him for his opinions because he's been a lot of places and this dude, man, right here. This my brother, man. He's real knowledgeable about all the artists, man. I can honestly say he's been like, man, check this dude out, man. I like this dude. And then like 3 years later, this person is a huge artist. Like one time he told me about Wiz Khalifa. He was like, yeah, this kid from Pittsburgh, man.
Oh, yeah, you told me about Wiz Khalifa. I didn't even know he told you about he said my man put me on to him.
Yeah, he had a joint called Know Who I Am. Know Who I Am. No one knows it. It's too old. You know what I mean? But
that's the old wave, though.
Wiz Khalifa blew up, and I was like, young, my man. So I'm asking you about the West Coast now. The West, everything to me sounds the same with the Bay Area, type of swag out West. Who you think?
That's the new West Coast shit.
Yeah, that's the New West. You know, you have a lot of individuals.
What about Nipsey Hussle? You gotta put Nipsey up there.
But I mean, I've always put Nipsey up there though. You know, I put KD on a Nipsey.
Right.
Back in 2009, 2010. This is before Nip got locked up. So at the time, this is I was getting ready to deploy to Iraq at the time, and you know, he and I linked up. Nipsey had put out "Hustle in the House." That's when they did the crisscross, the jump.
Right, he a Crip, right? Nipsey Hussle Crip, right?
Yeah, right. Neighborhood, you know, 60s, all of that. So, but at the beat that they took and they switched up and they used the crisscross, the jump, that jump. Crisscross make you jump. They took that and they switched it up. So Nipsey took it and he was like, "Hustle in the House." So he had it and he was actually walking up and down Crenshaw in the video. So this is back in like 2009 at the time, and I told KD, I was like, "Yo, man, this cat, man, I'm telling you, he gonna blow. So in between that time frame, Nip ended up getting locked up. He did his time, came home. So Big U, you know, who was his big homie, ended up really looking out for him. And then over time, Nip really put into his whole his whole demeanor, everything that he had going on, not to mention just himself, but his brother Sam. His brother Sam really backed him on a lot of different things while he was gone and held him down. Right. You know, and ended up taking things to the forefront.
Right.
And that's how he ended up coming up. So you have to think about it like this, right? With Nip, have you heard a song on the radio from Nip?
I have not.
Never. You've never heard a song on the radio. I'm talking about
you right about that, yeah.
Radio.
Nope.
Never. But look how successful he is because of some of the fact that he built it from the ground up.
Yeah, he got Lauren London too.
Well, not only because of the fact he has a lot of money, but I'm just saying the fact that...
I said Lauren London.
Oh, yeah. Well, before that. This is before he even got with her.
Lauren London.
But this is before that. We're not even talking about that.
I want to talk about her, though.
See? Nah. No, but see, you tripping. So what I'm saying is this, though. You've never heard a song on the radio from Nick at the time, though. Ever. But he's built up that leverage from what he's done musically to say, you know what, I can build this underground buzz.
Yeah, he underground king for real.
To take things to the next level. To be in the likes of Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, if you pull up pictures on Google, you know, or search or whatever it is that you pull up, you know, they have pictures of all of them together. You know, Jay-Z went out at one point in time and actually bought music from Nip when Nip was putting things out on an independent label.
Wow.
So when you have individuals that high up that are supporting you,
that just make me want to work right now so bad.
From an underground label, that's how you know that you're doing something right. So long story short, yeah, Nip, I've always supported Nip though.
Hey, who do you think who is your favorite producer from the West Coast?
From the West Coast?
Yeah.
I mean,
what about you, Tony Tom?
I want to hear T first. Man.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna say?
Who?
Go ahead.
EA Ski.
What? I ain't even think you was gonna come out the cut with that.
Wow.
Yeah. EA Ski from out of the West Coast. My favorite producer.
Only song that I remember EA Ski producing is on the Friday soundtrack, and I don't even remember what song that was. But it was off the Friday soundtrack. I really didn't listen to his shit like that.
You know, and
I don't even know who that is. I just gotta keep it real.
Let me back this up too. Battle Cat.
Oh, there you go. I was about to say Battle Cat.
That's what I was gonna say. I was waiting.
And Battle Cat. EA and Battle Cat.
I was waiting to say
But I got so many. I fuck with West Coast shit. Like, Battle Cat, Daz.
Yeah, Daz.
Fucking DJ Quick. Terrace Martin.
You know what? You're right.
DJ Quick.
Right.
There's a lot of them. Zap from Zapp and Roger.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre.
Nah, the Zapp and Rogers and them was from Ohio.
Oh damn, you right.
But
they claimed the West Coast.
Yeah, though. That music took them out there.
Yeah.
Sunshine and ladies, man.
Indeed. I mean, but you know, when it comes down to like with Dre, you know, Dre had a couple. I ain't gonna say a couple. He had just a lot of individuals that were really doing things for him. You know, primarily Scott Storch. You know, Scott Storch was really one of the individuals that carried him along the way during his hype. You know, when it came to Dre Day, and a lot of other production that was being taken place, that you know Dre took credit for.
Right.
So I can't necessarily give that credit to Dre. You know, don't get me wrong. Dre's a great producer. You know, so when we look back on it, you know, we're talking about NWA. We're talking about once he left and when he went to Death Row, and then when he went to Aftermath.
Right.
You know, so during that time, he had a lot of individuals who were in his corner that were helping him along the way. You know, who have helped him get to where he is now. So I can't say that he did everything by himself, because, I mean, honestly, nobody has.
Right.
So let me ask you this. I understand. I know that this is our show. You know, I'm not trying to, you know, come in between that. What do y'all think about Snoop's star? How do y'all feel about that?
I think that was excellent, yeah. He deserved that.
Okay.
For sure.
Man, that was amazing.
So let me ask you this, though, because the conversation that came up. See, I don't know this for sure because I haven't done my research on it. People are saying that he bought his star.
Wow.
I don't know about that, you know, but even if he bought it or not, like if he got the bank to buy it, you know what I'm saying, and he got the stock, you know what I'm saying, to invest,
right.
Then it's, you know, rightfully his. You feel me? Like, shit. Like, I think that even if he bought it, Snoop deserved a star, dog. Like, Snoop put in work. Snoop had a lot of flack. Like, even when you mix it up with this whole Tekashi 6ix9ine Bobby Shmurda situation, like, it was niggas from his hood on 21st Street and LBC that was saying that he ain't allowed to the hood. He don't do nothing for the hood. Like, if it wasn't for Snoop, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't even be known. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, ain't nobody about to be in the projects all the time, like, you know, 24/7, like, and he did do shit for the hood. He did the motherfucking Snoop football league, and I'm sure he did some more stuff.
He sent kids to college.
Listen,
and to the NFL.
Actually, listen, exactly. Through Snoop's league, he actually ended up putting a lot of individuals through that SYFL, going into college and then going into the actual NFL. So through his league, he's actually put more people in the NFL than any other league out there.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I want to give a shout out to Kimberly Davis and Drea Land. What's up with y'all, man? I don't know when y'all came in here. I'm just now scrolling down, but what's up? Kudos to y'all, man. If you want to call and chime in, man, the number is 202-780-9097, man. MumboSauceRadio.com, man. T, go ahead.
Nah, I mean, ain't nothing, man. Listen, I just wanted to tell y'all, man, how much I love y'all, man, because of some of the platform that y'all putting together right now. You know, it's bringing a whole new platform. Of course, you know, we get oversaturated with a lot of the online radio, talk shows, and things like that. But at the end of the day, we all have a voice. You know, we have to use our voice for what it is that we need to do. Whether it's bringing things to the light of what's going on in today's society, you know, what's going on as far as us as black individuals,
right?
You know, on the streets, you know, getting caught up. We need to bring awareness a lot of times to being just black men in general, of fathers.
That's right.
Man, you already know.
Wow.
To being also mothers as well. To giving our love to those mothers, you know, and our acknowledgement to those great mothers out there. Just everybody, man. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate y'all platform. And you know how much I love y'all brothers, man. You know, at the end of the day, we all go way back. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Hey, bro, so we love you too, man.
You already know we love you too, man. And it takes a strong man to even say, you know what I'm saying, I love my brother, man. It's too many of us dying out here. And I want to say, you know what I mean, rest in peace to Crystal Smith, man. You know, I still can't believe it. You know, I hit her DM like 20 times, man, saying, please say this is not true. And it just seems like, man, the Lord is just calling so many of us home, man. So, like, for you to say, man, you know, that you love us, man, like, we need that. We need more of that. We need more love. There's too much hate. There's too many people, you know what I'm saying, getting taken off this earth right now. And that's what it is, man. And if it wasn't for you brothers, man, it wouldn't even have put the battery in my back to try to do this. Like, the first time that we've been on the online radio station is because of Sean. Shout out to Sean, man. Shout out to a New Balance radio, you know.
Yo,
like,
out,
I always wanted to do some shit like that. And it's not like, you know, we biting or anything like that. It's like we all got topics that we need to talk about, man, in the black community. Mental illness, you know what I mean? Like black on black violence, you know what I mean? Like AIDS, this shit right here, like everything, man.
Drugs.
And we need voices, man. We need strong brothers, man, and sisters to come through, you know what I'm saying, to talk about the shit. And also, man, we gonna have a female version of this podcast under this station, man, under MumboSauceRadio.com. It's gonna be called the Pink Lemonade Podcast. So y'all need to stay tuned for that, man.
I like that. You know what I
mean? They gonna be talking about some wild shit. I gotta do the sound, but I ain't even gonna be fucking. I'ma just close my ears, man, because they gonna be talking about a whole lot of female shit.
Hey, real quick though, before I depart, I want to ask both of y'all's opinion, right? Of course, I'm down here in Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm still hip to up there. You know, I'm still hip to DC, Maryland, Virginia. You know, Boston, everywhere. You know, the whole upper East Coast, right? But the topic of discussion right now is the mayor about it.
Oh my gosh.
I want to know what your take is with what she said when she was talking about Mumbo Sauce. How Mumbo Sauce does not represent DC.
Wow.
And I want to get both of your individuals' take on that to the rest of the audience out there.
John, go ahead, man.
I mean, I've been up and down pretty much about 45% of the Eastern Seaboard, man. So I've never had Mumbo Sauce until I've stopped in DC. Originally coming from South Florida, that there was no such thing as a Mumbo Sauce, a red sauce on chicken wings, and I must admit, it is so good. There is nothing like that red good. Now there's a lot of emulations and simulations of it, but the realness of it is phenomenal.
I'ma fuck y'all up when I say what I gotta say.
But yeah, man, that it's definitely a DC thing. And I went to Richmond one time and they was like, yeah, we got Mumbo Sauce, and I was like, y'all do?
Right. I know that.
Yeah, they faked me out. It was not Mumbo Sauce. So
what it tastes like?
Don't bite the bait, y'all. If you from DC or that metropolitan area, people know how you feel about that Mumbo, and they gonna give you some gumbo, and you gonna feel like Dumbo. So man, yeah, she was tripping. That's like saying that Marion Barry wasn't the greatest, you know what I'm saying, man ever in DC. Like,
I mean, I get you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, me personally, I felt. I don't know. I was taken aback. I'm gonna say that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? When it come down to it, though, I was at a loss for words because I'm looking at her, right, and I'm just like, how can you sit here and say that Mumbo Sauce is not DC?
She said it's gross too.
She said it was gross, but see, you know, she's saying for one though, come on, bruh. How can you say that Mumbo Sauce is not DC?
Right. Yeah. You know, I feel the same way.
Hold up, not to cut you off, Tone, not to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this real quick, right? So, one of my homeboys that I grew up with, he's from out southeast, matter of fact, from out Kentucky Courts, right? He was on Facebook. He had put, you know, a couple words up talking about it in reference to that, right?
Right.
So I was on his page. He had said something. He was like, the man needs to be impeached. And so this female individual comes on and was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Come to find out, she was the spokesperson or spokeswoman for the mayor.
Right.
Him, my homeboy, and this female grew up together from elementary school on up in Southeast.
Wow.
And, you know, he had said what he said. Now, by this time, I'm coming in, I'm making my comments. And I'm saying, yeah, you know, she sold out. And, you know, I just felt like she was out of line for what she said. I feel like, you know, Marion Barry would have never made that statement. You know, when it comes to the people.
Nope.
Ever. He would have never made that statement when it comes to his people, because at the end of the day, you know, when you talk down, you say that Mumbo Sauce is not representing the people of D.C.
Right.
That is the people of D.C.
Yes, it is.
Mumbo Sauce and Go-Go Sauce are semi, like, they go together.
Yes, they do.
They I mean, honestly, man, they go together like R2D2 and what's the other man from...
And Chewbacca.
What's the joint? Yeah, whoever, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan, all of them. Like, they all go together.
Right.
Man,
So,
you know, I remember when DC was the real chocolate city. Like, I remember coming under 3rd Street Tunnel, and people were selling bean pies, and like you seen black kids double dutching, and it was, the neighborhoods were black. And now they took all the ghetto places, and they cost like $1 million for it's like a sufficiency space. It's like 1 bathroom, 1 bedroom.
Efficiency.
Efficiency.
Shout out to sufficiency, y'all.
Sufficiency
he
is
said,
an efficiency.
he said sufficiency.
Y'all know it's sufficient, y'all.
I mean, hey, look,
Hey,
is
man,
that
look.
specific? Is it Pacific?
Hey,
Or
man.
Pacific?
Hey,
Or,
look,
or
I'm
Pacific?
drinking some I'm sitting here drinking some Cavassier, and I don't even drink, y'all.
I understand. I know
So
you.
This
that's-
nigga always
I
talking
know-
about
I
he
know
don't
you.
drink.
So that's my
I know
pass
you.
right there.
I know you. Nah, I
But
understand.
they wiped the whole city out, man, and they trying to take the culture vultures are in DC. Like, you got people coming from other places trying to, you know, with the cannabis movement. I wanted to talk about that on another
True.
show. But it's a lot of culture vultures in DC, man, and they trying to wipe the old DC out, man, and make it new, man. And
It's not just DC.
It's
You know,
horrible.
when you think about it, you know, Harlem is the same way.
it's gentrified.
It's gentrified, but Harlem was the same way. You know, I remember back in the early 2000s when I was going through Harlem, and I was spending time just walking through there. You know, I'm talking when I'm going up and down 125th and a lot of locations throughout Harlem, where you had white people that were there at 2 o'clock in the morning just out and about.
Right.
Knowing that the 70, 80 Harlem, you wouldn't have found them there. They would have not been caught dead there. You know, and even still, back in the early 2000s, you know, that's when you started seeing 8th Street developing into what it is now, or what we know what 8th Street is now. And I'm not even saying 8th Street, but I'm just saying Benning Road.
Wow.
Benning Road, you know, people wasn't coming up Benning Road like that. You wasn't coming around Hackensack Mall. You were not coming in those areas at all unless you knew somebody around there. And I'm talking about black and white, whatever dynamic or whatever race you were not coming around unless you knew somebody. And I'm talking about Levi Street. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Trinidad. And I'm talking about on the other side of Florida Avenue.
Wow.
You know, and a lot of these different places that, you know, not even just Benning Road, but just New York Avenue. Unless you were going to the Go-Go, going to the Taj, going to, you know, the Ice Box, which back in the day was the Zulu Cave before the Ice Box.
So look,
my day.
So what's going to end up happening if they keep making all these $1 million homes and no more housing?
See, hold up. Let me answer that, man.
No.
First of all, it's like, man, you cannot spend 3 generations on Section 8, dog. Section 8 is not meant to be a tool for which you just keep getting over. You supposed to
Build
stack
yourself
your
up.
paper and buy yourself a home. They got Section 8 with the option to buy. Prime example, my mother did the shit. You know what I'm saying? We was on Section 8 and she bought her house off of Section 8. You know what I mean? So kudos to that.
Big
you know
ups,
what I mean?
mama.
Like,
Shout out to
but
mama.
A lot of motherfuckers spend 3-4 generations on Section 8, and then gentrification comes in and developers, like investors, be like, yeah, we want to buy this property up. They put their money together, and now, you know, niggas done died over a neighborhood that they representing that they don't own shit on, and these people come through, and then they just bulldozer their whole neighborhood. Shout out to Sursum Quarters and Berry Farms and new projects and all them other shits, man. You know what I'm saying? And
let's talk about Eastgate.
Eastgate.
Hey, you know, when they tore down the projects in Alexandria, a lot of people ran the Woodbridge, man. Like, that's a whole nother subject, man. But
yeah, that's a whole nother subject. Hey, Tom, go ahead, finish up. Finish
yeah, I was just saying, man, like, you know, that shit, like, we gotta now to tie it back in, you know what I'm saying, like with the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit and the Bobby Shmurda shit. Also, you know what I'm saying, there is OBH and shit, you know what I'm saying, with motherfucking what's cuz name? AR Ab. You know, right. AR Ab and them, like, this nigga done bought up his property on his, you know, in his neighborhood and shit like that. Right. They don't want to see shit like that happen. But you can't, you know, you can't be on the podcast or the interview, Vlad TV, all that, talking about, like, how you took the drug money and flipped it into the clean money and then you bought your neighborhood back, because they don't want to see that shit, because they want these big time investors to come in, you know, and take it and turn it into some big time shit, you know what I mean, and raise the rent up, and now y'all fucked up, you know what I mean? So we just got to be smarter, man, you know what I mean?
And I totally agree with you, because there are a lot of young entrepreneurs, young rappers, or should I say hip hop stars, or used to be, you know, individuals who were once upon a time in the game,
right?
That are into other things now, that are moving along. Yeah, that are in corporate. Mm-hmm. You know, like, say for instance, Chameleonaire. A lot of people don't understand the Chameleonaire. He went off into Simi Valley. You know, he went off into that venture. You know, a lot of people clown him.
What does Chameleonaire do? Explain it to the people, because I don't know.
All right, so a lot of people don't understand. It's like, all right, last season, Chameleonaire was on the sideline during the Warriors final. It might have been last year, the year before, but it was somewhere around that time frame.
Uh-huh.
And he was on a floor seat, him, E40, and a couple people, and they were like, oh, well, what is Chameleonaire doing on the sidelines? But what a lot of people don't understand is that Chameleonaire took his money and he went to Simi Valley and he went to Silicon Valley. So Silicon Valley, for a lot of people that don't know, is that's a part of California. That's where a lot of these ideas are made, and they're invested into, where people get these ideas.
Yeah, like Apple.
Then the Apple, everything else, and then all of a sudden they just trickle up into the air, and then they come from, you know, 100,000, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're 20, 50, 60 million.
Right.
So that's what he did. He took his money. He ended up becoming an investor into what everything is now. The same thing that Nas is doing. Nas has been doing the same thing.
I ain't even hip about what Nas is doing.
Nas has been getting a lot of money with a lot of these individuals. Matter of fact, a popular company. They're the ones who have actually been catching these individuals. So you know, when people roll up on people's doorsteps that are still in packages, that being delivered, you know, from UPS, things like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's a doorbell app that has the
Ring.
The Ring. So Nas invested in that.
Oh.
So he invested in it early before they took off. They ended up selling it to a bigger company, and Nas ended up getting a break off of it.
See, man, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what you gotta do. Nas also is not out here beefing with a bunch of niggas and putting guns in his video and doing all of that shit, you know? Like, I don't know what happened, man. Like, did the OGs get locked up and, you know, these new niggas is just left with these drugs and no guidance, man? We need to do better, man, because obviously they making the wrong decisions, man. And I don't condone all that fuck shit. I don't condone all that. I'm not jumping around the stage. I'm not putting a bunch of guns and all this shit. Like, for what, though? You know what I mean? Like, it just needs to be some type of shit that some type of guidance that they need, man, because obviously they making examples out of nigga, and you know they just doing a bunch of wild shit, man. But T, man, I appreciate you calling in. Shit, we need a whole segment where we gonna have to call you, so plug this number in.
And listen, you know what's going to end up happening? I'm just going to make my way up that way.
Yeah.
Sit down, we put something together, and then whatever the segment is, and then we can start getting people calling in. We just kind of go off of that, man. But I'm not going to hold y'all, man. And like I said, I just wanted to just call y'all real quick.
Man, we appreciate you.
Honestly, I wasn't even expecting the conversation to go this long,
that's how it be, though. You know what I mean? That's why we started this shit, because, we know a bunch of real niggas, and we get on the phone, nigga be calling like, hey, can I borrow some motherfucking potato salad? And then it'd be like a 3-hour conversation, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's, like-minded, that want to join in, man, that's who this podcast is for, man. But T, man, appreciate you for calling, man. Anybody else want to call in next time, man? 202-780-9097, www.41zone.com or www.mumbo, M-U-M-B-O, sauceradio.com. You dig? John, Tony Tone, and T, man, appreciate you for calling. R.I.P. Crystal Smith, man. We out, man.
God bless.
Hey, man.
Peace.
God bless. Peace.
God bless.
One.